Have you ever heard of a salmon cannon?
No, it's not a new weapon from a video game. It's a real-life invention, and it's here to solve a problem we created decades ago. To understand why we need something as wild as a fish cannon, we first need to talk about dams. For a long time, we've seen dams as engineering marvels.
They generate clean energy, control devastating floods, and create vast reservoirs for water supply.
On the surface, they seem like a win-win. But if you look a little closer, beneath the calm surface of the reservoir, a different story unfolds. Rivers aren't just channels of water. They're living, breathing arteries of our planet, and dams are essentially tourniquets. Before these concrete giants spanned our rivers, water flowed freely, carrying life-giving sediment and nutrients downstream. This sediment built up deltas and nourished floodplains, creating fertile ground for plants and habitats for countless animals. The river's temperature would fluctuate naturally with the seasons, signaling to fish when it was time to migrate and spawn. Everything was in a delicate, natural balance. Then we built the dams. The free-flowing rivers were stopped in their tracks. The water that was once cool and fast-moving became warm and stagnant in the reservoirs. This change in temperature can be devastating. For species like salmon, which are incredibly sensitive to water temperature, it's like trying to run a marathon in a sauna. The warm water stresses them out, makes them more susceptible to disease, and can even be lethal. Furthermore, the lack of flow creates what scientists call toxic lentic conditions. Essentially, the reservoir becomes a giant stagnant pond. Algae blooms can flourish in the warm, slow-moving water, sucking up oxygen when they die and decompose. This creates dead zones where fish simply can't survive. It's a silent crisis happening just below the surface. And what about the sediment? The very stuff that builds ecosystems downstream is now trapped behind the dam. Rivers below the dam are often described as hungry water. Because they are starved of their natural sediment load, they begin to erode their own beds and banks, trying to pick up the sediment they've lost. This deepens the river channel, disconnects it from its floodplain, and destroys the shallow, gravelly areas that many fish, including salmon, need to lay their eggs. The entire food web, from insects to birds to bears, feels the impact. This brings us back to the salmon. Salmon are famous for their epic journey, swimming from the ocean all the way back to the very stream where they were born to spawn. It's one of nature's most incredible migrations. But a massive concrete wall is an obstacle that evolution never prepared them for. For years, we've built fish ladders, which are essentially a series of small steps for fish to climb over the dam. They work, but they're often slow and exhausting for the fish. Many don't make it. This is where the salmon cannon, officially known as the fish tube, comes in. It's a flexible tube that uses a gentle pressure difference to whoosh fish up and over the dam in a matter of seconds. It's a remarkable piece of human ingenuity designed to fix a problem of our own making. It helps get the fish past the immediate barrier. But even with innovations like the salmon cannon, we're only treating a symptom, not the cause. The fundamental problem is the disruption of the river's natural flow. The fish, the wildlife, the plants, they have all co-evolved over millennia with the river's seasonal pulses, its temperature changes, and its sediment transport. We've fundamentally altered the very character of these rivers. The debate around dams is complex. They provide real benefits that millions of people rely on. But we can't ignore the environmental cost any longer. As some dams age and become less efficient, a new conversation is starting: dam removal. In many places, removing a dam has led to an almost immediate and miraculous recovery of the river ecosystem. Rivers have begun to flow freely again. Sediment is replenishing the downstream areas. And most importantly, the fish are coming back. The story of dams and salmon is a powerful reminder that our actions have far-reaching consequences. It shows us that nature systems are interconnected in ways we are only just beginning to fully understand. We built the dams with good intentions, but now we have the knowledge and the responsibility to re-evaluate their impact and find better ways to coexist with the natural world. Whether it's through incredible inventions like the salmon cannon or the bold step of removing a dam, it's time to help our rivers, and the incredible creatures that call them home, run free once again. Thank you so much for watching.
If you found this journey into the life of our rivers interesting, please give this video a thumbs up.
And consider subscribing for more stories about our amazing planet. See you in the next one.